Fungus Jake here with yet another off-brand blaster review. This is the third one I've recorded this week, and this one was the one I actually had the most promise for. Now, the Fast Shots one I bought with my own money, the ROM kit was sent to me for free. This one was also sent to me for free to review by XToyZ, and it's called a Blaster Soft Projectile Launcher. Now, this is quite obviously a modulus ECS-10 copy. I mean, it comes with a lot of the same attachments. This one that you see here on the front is what I was sent with the stock, the scope, foregrip, and the long muzzle attachment. This one was the one that they sent me to review. Now, I took it out of the box, took all the packaging off, fired a bunch of shots over the chronograph. I actually, because I was kind of stoked for this one, I was actually pretty excited to review this because it looks good, especially for an off-brand blaster. This is all the attachments on. Remember, it even has this little flip-up sight if you want to use it sans the scope. But muzzle, scope. This is obviously a replica of the worker stock. Now, it doesn't have quite the same feel, fit, and finish of it, but this works. And yes, I have put this on Nerf blasters, and I have put Nerf stock attachments on this blaster. They fit a little stiff, but they will go there, and you can lock it on and take it back off. So, I mean, and keep in mind, the worker stocks, they cost in excess of about 15 bucks normally. So this is a deal to add to this. Now, the one thing that was holding me up right off the bat was this was $42.99 when I looked it up on Amazon. So that is the standard it's going to be held to. It's a $43 blaster with all these accessories, and it did come with 30 suction cup darts. Obviously, they're still in the package. I didn't use those for testing because there's no judgment on the quality of those or the consistency. But putting on the chronograph, I actually got above elite performance. This thing was actually firing in the low to mid 70s. I got an average of about 73 FPS with this. So, not bad. And that's with Men Guns and Adventure Force Waffle Tips, Nerf Elites. Basically, random mix of a bowl of test darts. Yeah, grab in there. Yeah, there's some Mega and some Rival in there, but that's my kind of test darts. Grab a handful, throw them in a magazine, fire them over, see what FPS you get out of whatever dart you just fired. Now, it takes 4 AA's, which you insert here on the bottom. One screw holds in place, pull that forward. Very, very similar to the modulus ECS-10. And while some of the moldings don't match up, like the top rails aren't quite Nerf exact replicas, but the side rails are. These side rails are literally Nerf attachment points. So you can slide these on sideways. It does have a rail on both sides. It has 2 rails on the top. It has a jam door here, and it does not have a jam door safety lock. You can rev it with that open and with the magazine out. So it's missing 2 locks that normally would be on any Nerf flywheeler. So that's either a yay or a nay, depending on your perspective. Does not have a stop point on the back rail, so you can accidentally go one way or the other. Now, all in all, the fit and finish of the accessories is pretty good. I mean, I've had some off-brand accessories that I've ordered before. Particularly these long muscles are great for if you do, say, like a Retaliator build with a brass barrel. This is a awesome barrel for that. It has a huge, 3/4 inch diameter, inner diameter. That's me guessing roughly, but it looks like about the size of a quarter. So you can easily pass through a sealed barrel. So even if you don't want it on here, like say if you're going to get this blaster to mess around with, well, that accessory is good. The scope is, that's an aesthetic choice, whether you like it or not. The foregrip is actually pretty comfortable. It's very, very eerily similar, like almost copying similar. It doesn't have the little push button lock that the Nerf one does, but this was one of my favorite attachments to buy from the Nerf brand. And it just slips on the front there, and this one has it. But the modulus one has a little button to lock it in place. This one just kind of freely swings. And it comes with a 10-round magazine. Curve mag has a visual slot there to see and check and see whether you're full. It also has a slot up here, so you have at least a little bit of ammo checking ability, and a 10 round, it's not highest capacity, but it's better than a 6 rounder that you get with, say, the original Strifes. Now, ergonomic wise, it is exactly as you expect. It is a ECS 10 copy. That's, that's up to your personal taste. I find the grip to be a little short. Does have a sling point in the bottom, just like the ECS does. But overall, this feels like a better overall size for me. I always like the ECS 10 better than I did the Strife. Now I will fire up a little bit. We're going to throw in some men guns here, and I'll do a firing demonstration here for you real quick before I give my final verdict. There we are, all loaded up. And I actually like this. It has decent, not great paint lines on both sides of the blaster. They're decent, but not great. There is a little bit of overspray, but the looks are solid. This does not look necessarily so off-brand that it screams it, but it actually is kind of nice. I'm going to rev it up and fire off a few shots. Now again, this actually performs decently. This actually performs up to Nerf Elite standards. If you wanted to grab this and compare it to a Strife or a Modulus ECS 10, you're going to be pretty pleased. The huge knock is one blaster in particular. I think everybody's probably thinking in their head, how does this compare to the Spectrum? This blaster has probably killed the chances of a lot of other brands, because this thing comes with a scope, with a stock, and I find the stock on the X-Toy-Z to be actually a better stock. Obviously, you can see the extension there, but this blaster outperforms it, and that's the problem. And it does so at half the price, because this blaster is $20, and this is $43. But if that price difference doesn't matter to you, because you do get muzzle, scope, foregrip, and a nice usable stock compared to the somewhat usable stock of the Spectrum, and this is a more sizable blaster overall. And if you like that, then this might be a worthy purchase. But the price is where I'm going to be hinging on, and that's where I'm going to kind of leave it on a unfortunate, neither recommend nor don't recommend. This is going to be very much up to you. You're going to see this whole package deal, and you're going to say, you know what? I will pay $42.99 for that. Or you're going to say, that's a bit much. I'm just going to go get a Spectrum. So that's what it comes down to. Is this exists, and I can't do a review of a semi-auto flywheeler without mentioning this. Because right now, this is my highest rated semi-auto flywheeler. I haven't put that out publicly, but when I get around to my recommendations video, which I'm going to be doing soon, this one takes the cake for semi-auto flywheelers. If that's going to be what you want to pick up, just go get this. But if you like what you see, I can't knock this thing performance-wise. And I can't knock it for what they include. The only thing I can say is that $42.99 seems a little high for a off-brand blaster that's available on Amazon. If X-Toy-Z had released this at $30, like $29.99, and came with all this, now you still have that off-brand value, because that's the point of off-brand. The point of off-brand is that you get more value for your money. Well, when you've got a name brand, Dart Zone, that's who built the Adventure 4 Spectrum, Dart Zone's putting out the value. X-Toy-Z's got to compete with that. And they didn't make a bad product. I want to emphasize that. This is not a bad product. This is a product that unfortunately is coming out probably a couple years too late. Before this existed, yeah, this would be a recommendation. So that's how I have to leave it. I know it seems a little wishy-washy, but this is not a bad blaster. It's probably every bit competitive with the Modulus ECS 10 packages that were out there, and that Nerf will probably repaint and resell. However, this is what you need to compare to. And that's where I'm going to leave the review. Make your own decision. I tried to present everything I can to you, and I hopefully did so in a way that kept you entertained, but also, more importantly, informed. $42.99 on Amazon. There will be a link in the video description because I do want to make that available to you to make your own decision. I don't recommend my previous blasters unless you just really, really want to tinker. The Romker one, I can't. This one, I'm going to leave it up to you. This is Monkish Jake saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.